Hello, everyone. I'm James Brown. Welcome to the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines, and we thank you for spending part of your Thanksgiving weekend with us. And I'm pleased to report that there was no tryptophan hangover from my distinguished colleagues here. They will be Dan, Coach Shannon, and Boomer. Folks, before we get started, we want to congratulate Shannon Sharp for being named yesterday as a semifinalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2010.
We got to let him in. Get him in there.
He belongs in there. And also making the list of 25 modern era greats who are eligible for enshrinement is our CBS Sports colleague, Steve Tasker. All right, Steve, congratulations to Steve as well. All right, folks, as an already eventful Week 12 continues to unfold, let's work off some of those holiday calories, Shannon, with a jog around the NFL today. The two 10-0 teams face some of their stiffest competition this season as unbeaten Indianapolis is in Houston and the perfect Saints host New England. The Vikings' 40-year-old Brett Favre seems to be improving with age. Last week, he completed a career-high 88% of his passes as 9-1 Minnesota tightened its grip on the NFC North. So even if the 4-6 Bears win today, they'd still need a full moon over Minnesota and lots of help to get back into the playoff race. In a crucial AFC North battle, the Steelers try to rebound from 2 straight losses as they face the Ravens, who've lost 5 of their last 7. Pittsburgh will be starting Dennis Dixon at quarterback, with Ben Roethlisberger suffering the after effects of a concussion. Arizona, a perfect 5-0 on the road, visits Tennessee. Cardinals quarterback Kurt Warner is also recovering from a blow to the head. The Titans have turned things around. After an 0-6 start, they've won 4 in a row, and even the ref is high-fiving Vince Young. Carolina is in New York, where it's been a busy week for Jets head coach Rex Ryan. First, he claimed that Bill Belichick disrespected him when Tom Brady attempted a late bomb in the Patriots' 31-14 win. Then Ryan decided to get involved in the Jets' offense, coming up with secret code words to help rookie quarterback Mark Sanchez protect the football. And finally, in Philadelphia, Andy Reid hopefully has everything pointed in the right direction for the Eagles against Washington. The big question, though, is what did Donovan McNabb whisper in Bears quarterback Jake Cutler's ear after last week's win?
Hey, kid, if you think you have a problem with your picks, you should see Boomer's picks on the NFL Today.
Boom, boom.
That's
great. McNabb's a smart guy. He's a
Nothing wrong with that. You still got a shot at this?
I still got a shot at this thing. We got
all right, I hear you loud and clear. All right,
whatsoever.
Dan, what about the Patriots and the Saints?
This is my kind of game, JB. You know, I mean, there's points are being falling from the sky. The New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. This game right here, when you look at the Patriots, Tom Brady, guys, has been on fire. 5 straight games with 300 yards, and the perception is with the New Orleans Saints that they're a team that just throws it all over the place too. But you know, they run it just as much as they throw it. In this game, Coach, I think they're going to have to run the ball and try to keep Tom Brady on the sideline in order to win, and I think they will win this game.
Oh, they would. I tell you, talk about the Indianapolis and Houston game. I mean, the Houston Texans, 1-14 lifetime against the Indianapolis Colts. They've come off 2 tough 3-point losses right now. But you know what? This is a validation weekend for them because this is a talented football team. They're playing a banged-up Indianapolis football team. They don't have Dwight Freeney. You're going down here. Now, they have not been able to win without Owen Daniels. But to me, they're a playoff start right now because they've been an 8-8 team. If they want to get over the hump, today is the day that they have to beat the Indianapolis Colts and say, you know what? We have arrived.
And you know what else, guys? You take a look at these 2 quarterbacks, Ben Roethlisberger and Kurt Warner from the Arizona Cardinals. You know, Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record says you are. I think in today's day and age, it's your injury list that tells you what you are. Ben Roethlisberger is not going to play. I think it's a prudent move by the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the other hand, there are reports out of Tennessee this morning that Kurt Warner did not wake up and he was not 100%. I think that the Arizona Cardinals should not play Kurt Warner today.
He woke up. He woke up.
Simply because, okay, they're playing a non-conference game. They got a 3-game lead in their division, so do not play Kurt Warner if you are Ken Whisenhunt and the Arizona Cardinals.
Go ahead,
but he did wake up. He did wake up.
But he wasn't feeling well.
Wasn't feeling well.
You know, guys, I think the thing that served Rex Ryan well as a defensive coordinator, all these rah-rah speeches, calling people out in a defensive meeting room, but now you're the head coach. And the thing that, as a head coach, is getting him in trouble. The first thing he said when he got to the New York Jets was, I'm not here to kiss Bill Belichick's ring. Well, you don't think Coach Belichick heard that? So you can't get upset when you call someone out and they give it right back to you. I just think he just needs to realize, I'm head coach now. The things that I said in the defensive meeting room, I can't address that to the media. Let's just keep that in-house. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, I know somebody who would love to kiss Bill Belichick's rings once again. It's going to be Charlie Weiss. After he gets let go by Notre Dame, don't be surprised to see him back as the offense coordinator as the New England Patriots.
Monday night?
I'm not better.
And we want to make sure that the Warner family knows that he did wake up this morning. All right, folks. Turning now to the AFC playoff picture, Colts quarterback Peyton Manning will start today despite a glute injury, Shannon, that limited his practice this week. However, defensive end, as you heard Bill Cowher say, Dwight Freeney did not make the trip to Houston. He's out with an abdominal injury. Indianapolis can clinch the AFC South today with a win and a Jacksonville loss. Now, in case you missed it, Thursday night in Denver, this Kyle Orton to Brandon Stokely touchdown pass sealed the Broncos' 26-6 win over the New York Giants. Denver now a half game behind San Diego in the AFC West. And as we take a look at the AFC division leaders and the wild card front runners, Coach, what about the Broncos?
Well, you know what? I like the Broncos. That was a huge win for them. They get 10 days rest now. Kyle Orton, we talked about, they're going to go as far as he takes them. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And on the other side, Brian Dawkins, he has been the heart and soul of that team. They're 7-4. They still got to play Kansas City twice. That's 9 wins. Home versus Oakland. I think they get 10 wins. I think they get into the playoffs. And I think Baltimore and Pittsburgh knock themselves out because they still have to play each other twice.
Wow. Shannon,
You know, when I look at the Baltimore Ravens, and you hate to say with 6 games left in the season that your season has come down to 1 game, but basically this is what it is for you, the Baltimore Ravens, because you take on your arch rival without 2 of their best players. No Ben Roethlisberger, no Troy Polamalu today. I don't know if you don't win this ball game. I don't see how you win 4 in a row and possibly get to 10 wins, because I think it's going to take 10 wins, Coach, to get into the playoffs. If you don't win this ball game today, you're not getting into the playoffs. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't know how you win this ball game without Roethlisberger and Troy Polamalu.
And how does Pittsburgh go into this game without signing a veteran backup earlier in the week, knowing that Charlie Batch was out of the mix? Okay, think about that for a second.
Matter of fact, we're going to expand on that one in just a bit as well, too. Now, over on the NFC side, New Orleans can clinch the South with a win over New England tomorrow night and an Atlanta loss. On Thursday in Jerry World, the Cowboys manhandled the Raiders 24-7. Felix Jones ignited Dallas with a 46-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys now lead the East by a game and a half over Philly. In Detroit, Thanksgiving Day, Green Bay intercepted Lions rookie Matthew Stafford 4 times. Charles Woodson had 2 of those picks, including that 38-yard pick six to cap the Packers' 34-12 win. And as we look at the unfolding NFC playoff picture, Dan, the Cowboys.
Well, you know, when you look at the Cowboys, they have a 1.5 game lead, but they have a history at this time of year. They start going backwards, but they have everything right in front of them. They control their own destiny. They have 3 division games. Out of their last 5, they play at the Giants. They play the San Diego Chargers, New Orleans, Washington, and Philly. And they have a tough road. They definitely have a tough road. But I do think they're a team to win this division because they're playing better. They're more balanced offensively. I think Tony Romo is going to make the next step. They could win the division and also win a playoff game.
You know, and for the New York Giants, they have 5 NFC games left on their schedule. That was a dismal performance on Thursday night, guys. Who are the Giants? They forgot who they are. They don't run the ball well anymore. They don't pressure the passer. Their defense is a shell of itself, and Eli Manning struggled on Thursday night. But the good news is that there is precedent for the New York Giants. In 2007, they looked bad this time of year. Then, what did they do? They went on and won the Super Bowl.
They didn't have the injuries that they have now.
And the other thing I gotta say about Dallas, they're like under the radar. We know all the attention. They've never really handled it well. And all you hear is Minnesota, New Orleans, and Dallas is kind of slowly gone under the radar, and that may be a good thing for Dallas.
All right, we'll see if all that plays out. All right, folks, and a reminder that voting for the 2010 Pro Bowl has begun. You can help send your favorite player to South Florida for the Pro Bowl game by voting online or with your mobile phone at NFL.com/Pro Bowl. Up next on the NFL Today, Charlie Casserly takes us inside the game for a look at what changes the league is considering to better protect players from head injuries. Also, can Indy and Nolans run the table for a perfect 16-0 season? Or might they not even survive this weekend? And Victoria's Secret supermodel Candace Swanepoel. Hey, she'll join us live, plus the coach.
We're about to reveal the perfect quarterback.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
So did you get your son anything yet?
Yeah, I got him that Transformers Revenge Raptor thing.
It's the Ramjet Raptor, introduced to the Transformer family in May of '09. I prefer the Skywarp figure with 6 guided missiles, and also comes with a limited edition collector's card.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Walmart's here to help. Starting this Monday, it's Cyber Week at Walmart.com with some of the lowest prices of the year on great Christmas gifts and free site-to-store shipping on many items. Go to Walmart.com for unbelievable specials starting Monday. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Domino's new mix and match deal with any 3 or more oven-baked favorites for just $5.55 each has got our chefs a little competitive. Choose your own combination, but if you ask me, I'd start with pasta in a warm seasoned bread bowl.
I cannot lie. People love the pie.
My oven-baked sandwiches can't be beat.
Magic Bread Bowl says...
This is the best thing since sliced bread.
Chapow! Okay, then. Choose any 3 or more one-topping pizzas, oven-baked sandwiches, or bread bowl pastas for only $5.55 each with the new Domino's Mix and Match deal.
It was a horrible feeling, like I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't believe I was actually having a heart attack. I remember being at the hospital, thinking about my wife. I should have done more to take care of myself. Now I'm exercising, watching my diet, and I trust my heart to Lipitor.
Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries in patients with several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor is backed by over 17 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I'll never forget what I went through. Don't take your health for granted.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Welcome to the Now Network. Franny, Matt, and James just got 3 of Sprint's best 3G phones. Franny has the Palm Pre, which runs multiple apps at the same time.
Franny!
James the Jet Setter can call from just about anywhere in the world with the International BlackBerry Tour. And Matt has the customizable HTC Hero with Google, giving him access to thousands of apps. Bringing you the first and only wireless 4G network, and this holiday season, the most impressive lineup of phones. Sprint, the Now Network.
The CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. The NFL Today Inside the Game is delivered by Domino's.
And welcome back live to our New York studios. Our NFL Today general manager, Charlie Casserly, joins us now with the latest. And Charlie, update us on the 4 marquee players who've suffered head injuries over the last few weeks.
All right, first of all, Ben Roethlisberger. Now, he practiced on Friday, but after that, he complained of having some headaches. So he will not start tonight. In fact, he'll be the number 3 quarterback. Dennis Dixon will start. The number 2 quarterback will be Tyler Palko, just signed this week and promoted yesterday from the practice squad. Now, in my opinion, the Steelers made a mistake. Hey, when you end Sunday's game, your backup quarterback, Charlie Batch, is out. Your starting quarterback didn't finish the game. You're in the middle of a playoff hunt. Sign a veteran quarterback. Have that insurance ready. Have that done by Monday night.
Okay,
now,
Kurt Warner being the next one.
Yeah, Kurt Warner, a little different here now. Practiced all week, but as Boomer said, woke up this morning, wasn't feeling right. I think they'll err on the side of caution. This is a game-time decision. If they don't feel comfortable about him playing, he's not going to play.
Okay.
Now, we go to Brian Westbrook, Philadelphia Eagles. He has a medical exam scheduled later this week. The next step for him is to return to physical activity. The Eagles have told me they have not ruled him out from playing again this year. And finally, Clinton Portis of the Redskins. He will return to meetings this week. It's probably at least 2 weeks away for him to get back on the field and play in a game.
So, Charlie, staying on the topic of head injuries, I understand that you found out the league is looking into some new rules to protect players from head injuries?
That's right. The Competition Committee and the NFL, in their continued effort to improve player safety in the league, are looking at making some changes in rules or modifications to further protect the head. The first is defenseless receiver. Here, 1 foot's on the ground, 2 foot's on the ground, and a blow to the head here. This is a legal play in the NFL right now. The NFL is looking at extending the protection for the defenseless receiver and possibly making this play a penalty on the defensive player. Now, next up, Watch Tim Hightower here lower his head and use it as a battering ram. Unnecessary. This is dangerous. You could see this in the future being a penalty on the running back. Now, earlier this year, we talked about Adrian Peterson, how, in my opinion, I felt he was putting himself in a dangerous position by lowering his head unnecessarily and possibly creating an injury. Hey, if Adrian Peterson won't protect himself, I think the NFL should protect Adrian Peterson from himself and make that a penalty.
So, Charlie, staying on the topic of safety, if you will, 49ers head coach Mike Singletary is a member of the NFL's coaches subcommittee to the competition committee. Now, he's teaching his defensive players about safe tackling?
Well, I talked to him this week. I said, Mike, what would you do to improve safety in the game? He said, hey, we need to have better techniques tackling. So what does Mike do? He puts on a helmet and he goes out to practice and he'll show the players how to tackle. And you know what? The way they've been tackling, probably not a bad idea for him to show them what to do.
He could show them a thing or two. Now, speaking of the NFL competition committee, they're meeting next week. So what's on the agenda?
Well, they're going to talk about the 18-game schedule. Now, let's look at the impact of an 18-game schedule. First of all, 2 preseason games followed by a week off. The season will still start on the Sunday after Labor Day. And you'll have the potential of adding a second bye to extend the regular season to 20 weeks. Now, here's some other things for the fans at home. A new Thursday and Saturday TV package is now possible. Also, a potential for as many as 8 or 9 international games is being talked about, with possibly a season ticket for those games being available. Next up, how about this? I think you'll see the roster size increased, the practice squad number increased, and the game day roster increased on how many players can play during the game. Also, look for the draft date to possibly be changed to later. Also, the trading deadline to be moved later than 6 weeks. And players being able to come off the injured reserve where now they can't. They have to finish the season on it. And one last thing. I look for this. More teams to be in the playoffs. I think the number will be expanded because if you have more games, you have to keep fan interest up at the end of the season. You know what that means? Hey, if you're 4-6 today and you got 8 games to go, you're still in the playoff hunt. That's right.
We normally hear Boomer screaming. I like to hear Coach Cowher's thoughts on this. All right, Charlie, thank you so very much, buddy. All right, folks, up next, yes, indeed, Victoria's Secret supermodel Candace Swanepoel will join the guys to spice up their picks and preview Tuesday night's fashion show. Hello there, Candace. Meantime, think you're better at picking today's winners than our experts? All you need to do is go to cbssports.com/picks and make your selections. Then Dan, Bill, Boomer, and Coach will reveal their choices for some of the key games.
10. Average number of fingers on which an NFL player would like to have Super Bowl rings. 10%. What you can save on ground shipping at FedEx Office over the UPS store. We understand you need to save money.
Think you know which has fewer calories?
Play it.
Now you can get a delicious KGC drumstick and thigh, green beans, mashed potatoes, even gravy, all for 395 calories and just $3.95. Unthink it tastes the under 400 calorie side of KFC.
Bye, Bags! We love you! We love you!
I'm going to miss them so much.
Oh, I love those bags.
I love bags.
Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life.
Gets you right here, doesn't it? That's right.
Hey, coaches.
What? What happened?
What's the temperature on the field?
98.
Oh, that is hot. I wish we'd give you some of our cold Coors Light.
Come on, for crying out loud.
It's aged cold. It's filtered cold.
Just blow it.
Sorry, there's only enough for us.
Come on, man. Dang on it.
Cross Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
First one to say Cowboy gets our last Coors Light after the game.
Cowboy.
Ditka.
Oh, Michael.
Great, experts. What do I get my husband?
High-def TV in 1080p. With 120 hertz, guys are so easy.
High-def TV, we really do agree. Guys just want a nice big screen to stare at frozenly. Okay. When he sees this thing, we have to warn you now.
It looks just so awesome.
He's gonna have a cow.
Moo.
A 46-inch TV with 120 hertz delivered right to your home. The best gifts come from Best Buy.
Hi, it's LL Cool J personally inviting you to the exclusive concert event of the year. The Black Eyed Peas and many other stars will all be there. And when we reveal who this year's Grammy nominees are,
The Grammy
nominees, you'll be first to find out. The Grammy nominations concert live Wednesday, only CBS. We're all fans.
Get live fantasy news on Fantasy Football Today, brought to you by Sprint. Only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. Visit cbssports.com/fantasyfootballtoday.
And welcome back, everyone, to the NFL Today, where we are now joined by a very special guest, Victoria's Secret supermodel, Candace Swanepoel from South Africa, who is going to help the guys with their picks. She's the expert.
Boomer needs some help.
She's the expert. Candace, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so now we know you've got a big show coming up on Tuesday. What's the deal with the fashion show?
We just did the Victoria's Secret fashion show here in New York, and it airs on December 1st at 10 p.m., so make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be amazing. The Black Eyed Peas performed, so we had amazing energy, and yeah, it should be a great one.
We got amazing energy up here. Sure. Now, you know what? Talk about how you got discovered being from South Africa.
I was discovered shopping with my mom close to the farm I grew up in, and I was sent to Europe after that, and it's history from there.
So what's it like on the runway anyway, Candace? Is that as exciting as it seems?
It is. By the time we get to the show, we've been doing so many things all week, so we're all so ready to get on the runway. The energy is amazing. We're dancing backstage, all the girls together.
Holiday gift suggestions. What would you recommend?
Ooh, there's some great stuff in the store right now. A new bra, the Miraculous bra, just came out, which for the holidays gives you an extra
Boomer,
two sizes.
Not the one with all those diamonds, is it?
No.
I am sure glad that Candace gave us the Sunday afternoon version of holiday gifts to keep in mind. With that in mind, let's move on and talk about some of the games here. Turning to our picks now. All right, Candace is going to be involved in that one. Dan and Shannon, by the way, tied last week. So, season to date, Shannon retains his one-game lead over Dan and the belt.
Look how
and the belt.
serious he is.
And Candace, what do you think about that belt there?
My coach stole a diamond.
Do I get to take it home?
You know what? I'm sure Shannon would give it up to you.
What if you took the owner home instead?
At the end of the year, it'll be my belt. I'll send it to you.
Oh, boy, let me tell you, I'm loving this one. Heading downhill already. We begin our NFL Today picks were delivered by FedEx with Arizona taking on Tennessee. For the Cardinals, quarterback Kurt Warner is a game-time decision, as you heard the guys talking about there, but chances are not. For the Titans, wide receiver Justin Gage, he will not play. He's got a back injury, so Justin Gage is out. Candace and the guys, Arizona at Tennessee.
Arizona.
Candace, you pick Arizona. Why Arizona?
I don't know much about it, but I know the weather is great.
There you go. You know what? Even though it's Boomer said,
pick it too sometimes.
Well, I don't disagree. The weather is very nice in Arizona. They are playing in Tennessee this game, but I think the Tennessee Titans, honestly, in this game, the Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Pat, I got a comment after this. Chicago at Minnesota is the next one, young lady and fellas. For the Bears, tight end Desmond Clark is out with a neck injury. For the Vikings, running back Adrian Peterson, a game-time decision. He's ill. Wide receiver Bernard Berrian, hamstring, will play. Cornerback Antoine Winfield, foot injury, he will play as well. Let's see if the guys can get their words together on this one. Chicago at Minnesota. And Candace, she goes with Minnesota. Why?
I heard Brett Favre is having an amazing season, so I'm rooting for them.
Yes. That you've heard correctly.
That's why Dan picked him too.
Dan?
You know, Jay Cutler. Yeah, go ahead. Go to the next game.
Those are some of the most substantive remarks I've heard all season long. Pittsburgh at Baltimore, Sunday night game for the Steelers. Quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is not playing, as you've heard, talked about already. Safety Troy Polamalu, he's a knee injury. He's out. For the Ravens, linebacker Terrell Suggs, a knee injury. He's a game-time decision, but doubtful. So it's Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Candace select there as well. Wow, Candace was quick with that. Baltimore. Why Baltimore, Candace?
Joe Flacco is looking good these days.
Now, you know what? I want to hear one of my guys. What do you guys?
Let me say this. Joe Flacco is looking good through the air. There's no question about that, Candace. But in Ray Rice on the ground, I'll tell you what, those two, and right now, no Ben Roethlisberger, I think, it's going to be a very, very big challenge for Pittsburgh. I don't see how they get it done.
Coach, I know you just didn't pick the Ravens.
I did pick the Ravens. Hey, listen, this will be a closer game than you think. It's telling you, Dennis Dixon is going to be running around. Mendenhall's going to start running the football game. Just too much to overcome.
All right. Wow, Candace, Shannon gave you the belt.
I no longer want that belt. I have to go to South Africa and retrieve it.
All right, Candace, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Are these guys as tough as rugby players?
I don't know. You guys have a lot of equipment. So.
A lot of pad.
I like to see it without that and see how you do.
Okay, I was
Boy, Sunday afternoon conversation indeed. Candace, thank you so very much. All right, folks, and a reminder. It is Victoria's Secret Fashion Show coming up Tuesday right here on CBS. And a reminder, go to NFL.com/FedEx and cast your vote for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week. Still ahead as we continue live from New York. Two teams remain unbeaten in the NFL. Can Peyton Manning and the Colts finish 16-0?
No.
What about New Orleans, fellas?
Yeah, they got it.
Will Drew Brees march his Saints to a perfect record? We'll find out as we continue. Candace, back anytime.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Walmart. Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart. And by Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is as cold as the Rockies and ready for kickoff.
Once, during a difficult time in my life, my mom gave me some advice. That advice inspired my Open Hearts collection at Kay Jewelers, #1 jewelry store in America. You were right, Mom. Keep your heart open and love will always find its way in.
Build your own breakfast just the way you like it. From 17 different options, the Build Your Own Grand Slam's a great way to start your day. Only at Denny's. For the rest of your day, we've got burgers, better value.
All grades of BP gasoline with Invigorate help your car get a few more miles per tank. When used continuously, it helps clean and protect dirty engine parts. So you'll go a little farther between fill-ups. To help your car get a few more miles per tank, try BP gasoline with Invigorate.
Turn out the light, closed for the night. Go hit the town, real scary clown. Boot to the gas, on overpass, movie on its perch. Google local search, find a cafe, opened yesterday. There on the right, go grab a bite. Local event, curling tournament, sweet till it burns. Follow the turns, back to the store, feeling fish and frown. Yikes, there's the clown on the roundabout. Give a Garmin. Fun local trips at fingertips. Garmin.com, Garmin.com.
To show you how good sports shot on Sony HD cameras, look on Sony Bravia HD TVs. I brought Jim Nance along to drop the hammer. All right, Jimbo, channel the dragon. Ha!
Now through Saturday, save $800 when you buy qualifying Sony Bravia HD TV, Blu-ray disc player, and Blu-ray disc home theater system products together. For details, visit a participating retailer or sony.com/offers.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at the Big Bang Theory. From all of us at CSI. From everyone at Ghost Whisperer.
Happy holidays from all of us at CBS News.
Let's make a party out of it.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Oh my God.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at CBS.
Don't miss The Big Bang Theory. Monday after 2.5 Men, only CBS.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby, I got you.
Now more than ever, you are each other's greatest strength. The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection. The strength of love forged in a knot.
Depend on Local 12, the weather authority.
It's halftime on the NFL Today. Checking our game sites. Here are the headlines. Dolphins running back Ricky Williams looks to keep Miami's playoff drive alive against Buffalo. Williams coming off of 2 straight 100-yard rushing performances. Meanwhile, with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback, the Bills, Terrell Owens racked up 197 receiving yards last week, his 3rd highest career day. Dateline Cincinnati, where new Bengal running back Larry Johnson will be number 2 today. Bernard Scott will start. Cedric Benson is inactive. And 2 of the league's top passers take center stage in Houston. Matt Schaub of the Texans needs just 42 yards in the air for a 2nd straight 3,000-yard passing season. And meantime, Peyton Manning will start despite a sore glute muscle. Manning hasn't missed a start in his 12-year career. Indy is 10-0, and the Texans could be their toughest challenge yet. After squeaking by Jacksonville in Week 1, the Colts went on cruise control, racking up wins while dominating on offense and defense. But their 4 wins in November have been close ones, holding on to beat Houston in Week 9 after Chris Brown missed a field goal. The teams meet again this afternoon, with the Texans especially hungry for a victory. If the Colts can survive Houston, they face challenges in Tennessee, Denver, and Jacksonville. That before finishing against the Jets and the Bills. And Indy's pursuit of perfection is the subject of our NFL Today Chalk Talk, presented by the Dollar Menu from McDonald's. All right, let's go first to our guy, Dan.
Well, do I think they're going to go 16-0? No, I don't think they are because of health issues, plus they're playing Houston. This is going to be a tough game for them today. Tennessee, they play Denver, but they also play Jacksonville at the end of the year, and Jacksonville always plays them tough at home. And you look at the game today, I think they're going to struggle with the pass rush against Matt Schaub because Dwight Freeney's out, and that gives them opportunity to slide one way to Robert Mathis. And when you look at the game, though, to me, Peyton Manning finds a way. No matter what it is, no matter what the circumstances is with issues, he finds a way to win.
Well, I'll just say this. I think Houston and Jacksonville these next 2 weeks, I think they go down with one of these. Right now, it's just because of the injuries. I think they're depleted. They're running on a very thin tank of gas right now, low tank of gas. But I will say this about the Indianapolis Colts. This is a different Indianapolis Colts team than the one we've seen in the past with the Tampa 2. Larry Collier has instituted a very aggressive style of defense with this football team, and I think it's a lot of risk-taking, and I think it's a good match for this offense.
You know, the thing about it is, when's the last time you could say that Houston actually had more talent on the field than the Indianapolis Colts? And because of injury, because of inexperience, you could say that today. But as Dan said, there's one key attribute to the Indianapolis Colts, and that's the great Peyton Manning. But I do think that they will not go 16-0, and I think it starts today. I think they're going to lose today to the Houston Texans.
I agree with you guys, because at some point in time, these injuries have to catch up with your defense. You can't keep losing Dwight Freeney, Bob Sanders, starting 2 rookie cornerbacks. At some point in time, this has to come back and bite you. And as great as Peyton Manning is, they don't run the football particularly well. And this team here, they got after him like nobody's business. They sacked him 3 or 4 times, and they had a chance to send this game into overtime. I agree with you, Boom. I think today is where we start talking about Indianapolis Colts being undefeated.
All right, meantime, the New Orleans Saints are 10-0 for the first time in team history, but face a major challenge on Monday night, the visiting New England Patriots. Now, the Saints open the season with Drew Brees' 6-touchdown pass performance, Shannon, against Detroit, and never looked back, averaging a league-high 421 yards and 37 points per game, Dan. But tomorrow night, they'll face a Patriots defense that's allowed only 16 points per game, second fewest build in the league, while Tom Brady leads the league's second most prolific offense. Now, after New England, the Saints travel to Washington and Atlanta. They'll host Dallas and Tampa Bay, then finish at Carolina, Coach.
I think they can go 16-0, guys. I'm going to say this for this team. I think this is a football team that's the most balanced offense in the National Football League. They run the ball 50% of the time, and as much as they pass the ball. And they got 3 backs right now, Pierre Thomas, Mike Bell, and Reggie Bush, as good a trio as there is in the National Football League. Listen, number one thing you want to do on offense is score. They're number 1 in the league. Number 1 thing you want to do on defense is take the ball away. They're number 1 in the league. This is the best football team in the National Football League.
You know what, guys, and I agree with you, Coach. New Orleans Saints are the 5th-ranked rushed offense. They can throw the football with Drew Brees. But I think if they're going to lose a ball game, you'd be surprised who I think is going to beat them. I think they win against New England on Monday night. I think it's the Atlanta Falcons. This is a rivalry game. Atlanta played them real tough in their building, and if they get Michael Turner back, with the way they play in that building, I think the Falcons will be the team that beat the New Orleans Saints if they're to lose this year.
I will say this, that I've seen the New Orleans Saints in person. They are terrific offensively, and Drew Brees is having a great year. But if there were ever a team that was going to go in and beat them in their building, it's going to be the New England Patriots. You're talking about, you know, a battle-tested team. You're talking about a team that has an offense that travels as well as any offense in football. Tom Brady can play against any defense. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be high-scoring. It's going to be as advertised. It's going to be a Super Bowl-like atmosphere down there in New Orleans tomorrow night. I can't wait to get there. But this could be a game where they lose because they're going uptick in competition now.
You know, and I do agree with you, Boom. I mean, New Orleans is a team that can go, you know, undefeated. But this is the game. This is the one they really have to win. They're going to have a tough job beating Dallas, too, because Dallas is a good football team, and they're going to be in the playoff hunt. But when you look at the team, Coach, you're right. They're so balanced offensively, they can play with anybody, and they can come from behind. When they get in a situation where, you know, they've had turnovers or like in Miami, where they came back when they were losing at halftime, the way they come back and the points that they score, they can beat anybody in the league. They do have a chance.
But the Patriots will be relentless. They will not stop. Wes Welker's playing the best football of his career, and Tom Brady's back to the way he was.
They beat the Patriots, they're going to do it.
The Patriots
Eric, man, they clearly had an awful lot stored up from that last segment when they couldn't talk at all. Still ahead as we continue on the NFL today. The Bears started the season with the roar, but lately I have no idea. The Bears have been hibernating. Who's to blame? Tell us what you think. Vote online or send us a text. Plus, the coach emerges from a secret lab with an unstoppable NFL weapon.
It is here that I will assemble the ultimate quarterback.
Alex put out the recycling on Recycling Day. Alex, you are the sizzle. Joni did the entire crossword in pen. Sizzle, Joni, sizzle. Rick refilled the paper in the copier. Both trays. Way to sizzle, Rick. Be the sizzle with McDonald's Sausage McMuffin with egg. Sizzling sausage, a fresh cracked egg, and melting cheese on a toasty English muffin. Sizzle on.
You'll never guess what it is. Not in a million years. Guess.
Football, $25.
You won't get it.
Mouth guard, $10.
Put it in. Try it. See how it fits.
First aid kit, $40.
Yeah, Coach said you got cut.
What? Getting them something they'll actually enjoy.
Oh, cut.
Priceless. This year, find the perfect gift for everyone you know with MasterCard's Gift Finder at Priceless.com.
It's a football. I told you.
Well, hey, glad I caught you. I was on my way to present ideas about all the discounts we're offering. I've got some catchphrases that'll make these savings even more memorable.
All right. Good driver discounts. Now that's the stuff.
How about this?
They're the bee's knees.
Why this?
Sir, how about just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance?
Huh, yeah. Good luck with that catching on.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. We're cutting the cost of Yuletide, taking the bah humbug out of your budget, and amping up the merry in your Christmas. We're lowering prices on everything you need to make your home and the season more festive, adding more jingle to your pockets and more happy to your holidays. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Stock up on 100-count light sets, now at the new lower price of $1.88 each.
Without a cape, without a mask, without a sidekick or a special suit, can you still recognize a hero? We can. This Thanksgiving, join Genworth Financial in recognizing caregivers nationwide for keeping their promise to be there for their aging family members and friends. Share the story of a caregiver you know at Genworth.com/celebrates.
To show you how good sports shot on Sony HD cameras, look on Sony Bravia HD TVs. I've asked Jim Nance to show us some bow skills. Hit it, Jim.
For great Sony Bravia HD TV bundles, visit Sony.com/offers.
And welcome back as we continue live from Studio 43 here on the NFL Today. Now, most of us celebrated this holiday week with family and friends, but not the hard-working coach. He spent the week locked up in his laboratory.
You know, as we witness a record-setting pace on offense this year, I used my imagination and the vast resources of my lab to construct the ultimate quarterback. Here in my top-secret laboratory, I'm about to reveal my achievement of a lifetime. The perfect quarterback. Ha 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 ha! The head of Peyton Manning. He's not only the quarterback, but he's the offensive coordinator. He calls all the plays, makes all the checks. Nobody does more, and nobody does it any better than Peyton.
Manning drops, sets, looks. Touchdown, yes!
And the leadership of Drew Brees. That's right. That was a quarterback, not Ray Lewis. He not only speaks in huddles, but he inspires with his play on the field. The poise and decision-making of Tom Brady. This quarterback has been Mr. Clutch on the greatest stage there is, the Super Bowl. Come December and playoff time, he's one of the best to play the quarterback position when the game is on the line.
Just too much for them to stop Tom Brady and company.
I will take the arm of Ben Roethlisberger. It's an arm that displays strength and touch. He can make all the throws in and out of the pocket. But really what separates Ben is the use of the pump fake. He's deceptive and he's extremely productive. When you talk about mobility, I want the legs of Vince Young. Nobody's a bigger threat to improvise and hurt a defense more than this Titans quarterback. He is big, fast, and his legs can extend any drive. Another key ingredient is experience. I'll take Kurt Warner. He understands what it takes to play at a championship level. Kurt has led 2 different teams to a Super Bowl, and on both those teams, he was the focal point of prolific offenses. The courage of Phillip Rivers. Talk about courage and heart. Go back to the 2007 AFC Championship game. He played hurt and literally tried to will his team to victory. Nobody stays in the pocket and exemplifies the toughness that it takes to play this position any better than Phillip Rivers. He inspires with his resilience. The exuberance of Brett Favre. While arguably having his best year of a storied career, he still finds a way to keep the game fun. He's loose, he's confident, he's a great teammate. He exhibits the most important quality of the ultimate quarterback. Guys, I think when you look in this offensive-minded league we're in, there's a lot of quarterbacks coming to the forefront, a lot of different ways to get it done. And it was kind of fun to kind of put everything together, the strengths of each one of those guys.
I want to build myself the ultimate culture. I'm going to start with the chin. Out there. That's where it's going to start. And by the way, you're sitting up here with 2 ultimate quarterbacks. So appreciate
you guys are pretty resourceful.
The only thing I would want from any of those guys is Peyton Manning's wallet.
That's exactly right.
Might hurt yourself.
When they gonna let me build an ultimate tight end? I mean, can I get one segment?
Shannon's working on that one.
Nobody cares about the tight end.
I'm loving the frustration coming out now. All right, folks, it's time for our NFL Today Football Face-Off presented by Walmart. Now, here's how it works. I present questions to the guys. Well, our viewers also, they will have their say by texting the number of the question followed by their letter choice to 88222. You can also go to cbsports.com/faceoff. Message and data rates may apply. See full details online. And remember, votes are no longer accepted after the show ends. All right, here we go. The main problem with the Bears is head coach Lovie Smith, A. B, GM Jerry Angelo, C, quarterback Jay Cutler, or D, the defense, Dan?
Well, JB, I'm going to say it's Jay Cutler. You know, once again, if you're the quarterback, you're ultimately responsible for handling the football, taking care of the offense, and being productive. And 18 interceptions, most of the NFL is just too many by a quarterback with his kind of talent, with a big arm that he has. Now, you could say maybe he doesn't have the players around him, but still, you have to adjust to that as a veteran quarterback. So I'm saying it's Jay Cutler.
You know what, Dan, I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to have to say it's the defense because you remember when they went to the Super Bowl, Rex Grossman was turning the ball over 3 or 4 times. He had 6 when they beat the Arizona Cardinals, and when Danny Green said they are who we thought they were. But when you miss Brian Urlacher, Dusty Dvorak, nobody on that defense is really playing up to expectation except Adewale Ogunleye. We look at Alex Brown playing below standard, Nathan Basher. I think it's the defense. When you look at their defense, they used to be the monsters of the midway. Now they're just in the midway.
63% of the viewers say it is Jay Cutler.
I tried.
During last Sunday's win over the Browns, Matthew Stafford separated his non-throwing shoulder. Now the question is, should he have started at quarterback for the Lions on Thursday? A, yes. B, no. Dan again.
Oh, I'm going first again. Well, Coach Jim Schwartz, he's trying to build a winning environment there. And, yes, he should have played his young quarterback. He gives him the best chance to win, and that's what you're in the league for. That's what you're trying to do each and every week. I know he had an injury, didn't practice all week, but I say you got to play the young kid because he gives you the best chance to win, not Dante Culpepper.
All right, let me get this straight. You give the guy $41 million guaranteed over the life of his contract. You're playing on a short week. He blows out his left shoulder. You have a veteran in Dante Culpepper sitting on the sideline, and this is going to be the face of your franchise moving forward. He threw 4 interceptions and obviously was completely uncomfortable during the game against the Green Bay Packers. There's no way the Detroit Lions ever should have played him.
Well, you do have some good points, but you know what? You're wrong.
Well, Dan, I guess the audience loves you because 56% say he should have started. And by the way, on Showtime's Inside the NFL, we had dramatic sound of Stafford leading his comeback win over Cleveland despite that injury. All right, well, up next, will Tennessee running back Chris Johnson become the 6th man in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a single season? Johnson has 1,242 rushing yards so far and is on pace for 1,987 yards. A, yes, he will. B, no, he won't. Shannon.
JB, when I look at Chris Johnson, the only way they can win ball games is he touches the football. If you notice, JB, he doesn't have a lot of mileage on him. He only has 199 carries, no 30-plus games this year, 228, 135, 132, 151. Those are his rush totals his last 4 ball games. And is it a coincidence, Coach, that they're 4-0 in those last 4 ball games? I think he gets it done. I think he averages that 126 that he needs on about 20 to 25 carries. Chris Johnson, the number 7 guy to get 2,000.
Shannon, good points, but he's not going to make it. Because I'll tell you why. You got 4 games to look at it from a defensive standpoint. Trust me, there is no passing game right now in Tennessee. Vince Young does a very good job of being resourceful. They're running the option now and give him the pitch. I'm going to tell you, next time they run the option, you let Vince Young run with it. You take away the pitch. I'm going to tell you right now, 4 games of film. Defenses are look at it. It's going to be hard to stay healthy down the stretch. He's getting a lot more carries, as you made mention to. So I don't know whether it's health, whether it's the game scheming. I think he's going to fall short.
My bad. He'll be the 6th guy to rush for 2,000 yards. Chris Johnson will be the 6th guy to rush for 2,000 yards in NFL history.
You can say that again. Say that again. The folks in Glenville, Georgia, put Shannon over the top. Nearly 60% say that he will get there. All right, folks. Last week, the Giants won the toss in overtime and kicked the winning field goal without Atlanta ever getting the ball. That would be Atlanta. Should the current overtime rules be changed to allow each team to have at least 1 possession? A, yes. B, no. Boomer.
All right, I'm going to say no. And as my esteemed colleague over here knows, as when he was a head coach, he held everybody accountable. It was defense, it was special teams, it was offense. And going back to 1994, that's when the kickoff was moved back to the 30-yard line. Only 37% of the teams that won the coin toss won the game on their first series of overtime. So I say no, leave it where it is, and hold everybody accountable because that's what a great coach does.
And let me just say this, that's 30% of the games they got wrong, okay? So now, let me tell you this, we are in an offensive-minded league. The last 4 years, scoring has gone up. You have a prolific offensive NFL. We have a game Monday night, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, okay? If that goes into overtime, don't you want to see both quarterbacks to play? Don't you want to give both teams a chance to touch the football when we are talking about games that are in the 30s and 40s? They have to change the system. Let both offenses touch the ball.
Yeah, Coach. Doesn't defense and special team guys, don't they pick up their checks on Monday morning, too?
They will get the opportunity.
Shouldn't they be held accountable?
Right.
No, they should be held accountable. Of all people to say that, quarterbacks should be on the field.
People like the lawyer, Professor Charles Ogletree, Bill Cowher, he says nearly 80% are saying they agree with Coach.
I think he should get another chance.
JB, the people speak.
That's right.
I only want to see one of these quarterbacks. Who am I a fan of?
Right.
Drew Brees, I want him to get the ball first, go down and score.
Right. Thanks for playing along with us. Coming up, we will take you first on the field.
some airlines charge your bag up to $20 to ride in the bottom of the plane. In the dark. No peanuts or nothing. And then if your bag wants to bring one of its little bag friends for company, they can charge up to another $30. That's up to $100 round trip. Why do they hate your bags? At Southwest Airlines, bags fly free.
Grab your bag. It's on.
7 yards of tape applied to the average NFL player on game day. 0 yards of tape you'll have to apply when you let FedEx Office pack and ship your holiday gifts. We understand you want time to enjoy the holidays.
So did you get your son anything yet?
Yeah, I got him that Transformers Revenge Raptor thing.
It's the Ramjet Raptor, introduced to the Transformer family in May of '09. I prefer the Skywarp figure with 6 guided missiles and also comes with a limited edition collector's card.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Walmart's here to help. Starting this Monday, it's Cyber Week at Walmart.com with some of the lowest prices of the year on great Christmas gifts and free site-to-store shipping on many items. Go to Walmart.com for unbelievable specials starting Monday. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Hello, Monday morning. Goodbye weekend. Braun Series 3, with its special shaving head, cuts short hairs just as well as long ones and helps to minimize skin irritation for incredibly smooth skin. New Series 3 from Braun.
Hey, do you think you can milk a hamster?
I don't know. What's KGB at? Can you milk a hamster?
Well, it's a mammal. Mammals produce milk.
Only one way to find out.
What is this, soy? Sorta. Delightful.
Text your question to 542-542.
Look, the mountains on this Coors Light cold-activated bottle turned blue and the beer is cold. How can you tell your beer is cold without it?
I can't do it. You know, I just can't do it.
Coach, when was the first time you saw the mountains turn blue?
91, when we won the division.
It wasn't invented yet.
When the mountains turn blue, your beer is cold and ready for kickoff.
Please nod if you like the following. A taste as cold as the Rockies. Cold activated bottles. Shirts with random triangles.
The NFL and its players are committed to improving the health of kids everywhere. That's why we're encouraging them to get at least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. It's called NFL Play 60. The best 60 minutes of the day. Join the movement at NFLRush.com.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
And welcome back to the NFL Today, where Coors Light takes you first on the field. The Browns and the Bengals are about to do battle, so let's head out to Cincinnati, where Ian Eagle and Rich Gannon are standing by. Gentlemen.
JB, longtime division rivals go head-to-head today. The Battle of Ohio, the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. As we welcome you to Paul Brown Stadium. Hi, everybody. Ian Eagle along with former NFL MVP Rich Gannon. The Cincinnati Bengals continue their march through the AFC North. They have not lost a game in the division, a victory here today, and they will finish undefeated in division play for the first time in franchise history. But they're also trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from last week, Rich. Major letdown for Cincinnati out in Oakland.
Yeah, not their best effort. In fact, they were really sloppy last week in that ball game. 8 offensive penalties, 4 turnovers. They gave up 3 sacks. They found out they can't play that way and expect to win even against a team that's struggling. They need to play their best football in the month of December. Not good enough last week.
Had the lead late in the game. Raiders came from behind. Carson Palmer told us he hadn't even thought about the possibility that they could even lose that game last week. The positive sign for Cincinnati, Palmer 7-2 in his career against Cleveland, including 22 touchdowns. Running back situation, Cedric Benson out again with a hip flexor, so they've got a combination in the backfield.
Yeah, but Bernard Scott had an impressive outing last week with his first career 100-yard rushing performance. The coaching staff's really excited about this young back. The Bengals will also use Larry Jerry Johnson today, as they have a specific package of plays that he is familiar with. Great opportunity for both these backs.
And Rich, a lot of growth on the other side of the ball. Defensively, under defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, you've seen major improvement from this group, yes?
Yeah, for whatever reason, we talk about the Bengals. The focus is usually on the offense, but a big reason why they're in first place in the division is the play of the defense. These numbers speak for themselves. Mike Zimmer has done an outstanding job with this group.
Well, for the Cleveland Browns, if you're a fan, there really has not been a whole lot to cheer about this season. The team is 1-9. They've lost 5 in a row, but just some glimmers of hope last week in that loss to Detroit offensively. Brady Quinn, he looked like an NFL quarterback last week. Were you impressed with what you saw from the Notre Dame product?
I really was. Clearly, it was his best offensive performance of the year. He looked really sharp last week, but he needs to be able to duplicate those type of performances on a more consistent basis. He looked different to me, much more comfortable and confident under center. He was in complete control of this offense, and his teammates responded. The Browns are hoping for more of the same here today.
Head coach Eric Mangini, his background is in defense, so the added disappointment this year that unit hasn't been able to find its way. The rankings speak for themselves, and it's been a major disappointment on that side of the ball.
Yeah, look, the numbers don't lie. There's a reason why they're last in defense, and that's surprising when you consider Mangini became a head coach in this league because of the job he did on defense. Also, Rob Ryan has a fine reputation as well, but clearly this unit has underperformed. They're hoping for some consistency today.
And time right now for today's Home Depot Tools to Victory.
Well, the Bengals, they need to do a better job of covering kicks than they did in their first meeting, as Joshua Cribbs accounted for 223 yards and some great field position for their offense. For Cincinnati, Jonathan Joseph and Leon Hall have become a dominant corner tandem. They get their hands on a lot of balls, 9 interceptions between them.
And Rich, how about today's game points?
Well, Cleveland, they need to put together a complete game in order to win. The offensive line had their best performance of the season last week, protecting Brady Quinn. More of that today. For Cincinnati, they let one slip away last week. Important to get back on track today. And finally, you can't let Brady Quinn get started. You have to get some pressure on him early in this game.
And for more Home Depot player stats, log on to CBSSports.com. Remember, back to week 4, the first meeting between the Bengals and the Browns. It went to overtime. Cincinnati getting the victory 23-20 on a Shane Graham 31-yard field goal with only seconds remaining. Bengals and the Browns meeting for the 73rd time. We'll have it for you coming up on CBS.
I think we just hit a home run here, folks.
What could get the man who found the Titanic so excited?
Got it.
The Last Great Explorer, tonight on 60 Minutes.
Catch TV's #1 comedy, 2.5 Men, Monday, only CBS.
What did you get, John? Oh, I got him a new BlackBerry.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
Whoa! That's the expensive monthly data plan that came with your new phone. Go to Cincinnati Bell and give him a new BlackBerry he'll love. And an affordable plan he'll love even more. That's what I do.
Cincinnati Bell has free BlackBerries and why pay for 2, the nation's best data plan for your new BlackBerry. Cincinnati Bell, right here for you.
Gotta go.
These days, everyone's looking to save money. Switch to Nationwide Auto Insurance and you can save up to $43 every month. We'll look at every detail and help you get the right coverage at the right price. Our first priority is looking out for you. Our second is looking out for your wallet. I am Kerry Mullen, and I am on your side. Switch to Nationwide Insurance now.
Call 1-877-NATIONWIDE.
During the GMC holiday event, get our best offer of the year, 0% APR for 72 months on a 2009 GMC Sierra.
HH here. Have you seen the Panasonic Viera HD TVs at HH Gregg? Man, they're huge! Of course, next to me, everything is huge. But these are 58-inch and 65-inch class Panasonic Viera HD TVs. They bring you action in perfect clarity. And sports so real, you'll think you're there. Wow, these Panasonic Viera HD TVs sure are larger than life. And they're all here at H.H. Gregg. Makeup!
Hey. Your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way? No, you good.
To get 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to the Verizon Wireless under $30 sale. Get great gifts like the Nokia Twist or even a Gateway netbook for just $29.99. But don't wait. Sale ends Monday. Verizon Wireless.
The Bengals battle the Browns today at 1 on Local 12.
It's week 12 of the NFL on CBS. We've got action today from the AFC North. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And today's game is brought to you in Sony High Definition. We'll come back with the opening kick. The Browns taking on the Bengals. It's next on CBS.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a look at football's most buzzworthy teams, brought to you by Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Subway, eat fresh. It's easy to have a good time when you're in first place. With number 32, Eric Weddle, leading the defense. And Mike Tolbert and LaDainian Tomlinson driving the offense. The San Diego Chargers have won 5 straight games.
They're going to go to 7-3 after a 2-3 start.
Ode to new Subway melts. When we melt cheese and meat together in a Subway sub, you've got to create a whole new field of flavor metrics just to explain it. The flavor in any of these tremendously tasty melts, like the ooh-la-la-licious new chicken cordon bleu melt, stacked with juicy chicken, succulent Black Forest ham, and melted cheese, or the hot and melt-rageous Subway melt, will leave your taste buds calling for more, if you could hear them under all that bubbly cheese. Melted goodness made irresistible. New Subway melts.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Prior to last week's loss in Oakland, Marvin Lewis's team had won 7 of its previous 8 games. And the Bengals have a 1-game lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers, but in essence, it's a 2-game lead after sweeping Pittsburgh this season. Baltimore checks in at 5-5, and the Browns still looking for their first divisional win.